That's strangely close to Daniel Jones from the Giants. Daniel, is that you? Beat the Chiefs. Show me. If the Broncos and Russell Wilson can show me that they can beat the Chiefs, then I will start believing.
And the crowd up. And so are this defense, and Kansas City won't snap the ball again. The Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs.
David Montgomery on the Lions, former Bear, gonna make this his revenge game for sure. David Montgomery gets the touchdown that ices the game. No! And there's a flag. There's flags. There's flags. There's flags. There's flags. Snap. Hold. Kick.
Denver wins! Denver wins! Let's go!
They open. No!
What happened? Oh shit.
America is football. Football
America
is
is football. Football is America. And if you don't like it, you can kiss your candy ass. For the moment in time. I don't give a damn. Oh my god.
No!
You loved it.
30 to 27.
Oh!
Chiefs win. Chiefs
No!
win 30 to 20.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Only Football Podcast. Week 17 edition. We got the 49ers driving down the field right now against the Lions. Caught George Kittle. Red zone. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. The 49ers are actually winning this game right now. That'll probably be the last play of the first quarter. Driving into the red zone. And with the Vikings winning, the Lions need to win this game. Oh, jumped off sides. They ran up and did the hard count. Approachment. Yeah, that penalty just can't happen. That's DJ Reader for the Lions. Like, you know he's running up. You're going to pretend to snap the ball. It wasn't like he just flinched. Like, he ran through the line. That is definitely a situation where he did not know, I don't think, how much time was left in the first quarter. So the 5-yard penalty, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. We got Danielle Berry Sports. What's up, buddy? He's going Lions. Me too. Me too. A little bit of a revenge game. NFC Championship rematch. Detroit in the first quarter. Jared Goff's only thrown the ball twice. He's 2 for 2. Jahmyr Gibbs with 32 yards rushing. Now, I have Sam Laporta. And Crafty. Good comment. That's a good comment because next week's game is going to be huge. I'm playing for third in my fantasy football league, and the guy I'm playing, I believe, has Jahmyr Gibbs, and all I have left is Sam Laporta. So We're basically tied. He's up 2. But Jahmyr Gibbs has 3 points and Laporta has 0. So if Sam Laporta gets me more fantasy points than Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm going to win today. How is the 49ers run defense? '49ers 16. Not terrible, but the definition of mediocre. Joe Burrow versus Russell Wilson next weekend. Purdy takes the handoff, rolling out. Use check touchdown. Uh-oh. 49ers, man. They're going to win this game here. He looks in. And Crafty said, should have rested the starters this weekend. Well, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that. Let me see. Because the Vikings are 14-2. So, oh, you're saying just like take the L? Because if you beat the Vikings next week, you'll both be 14-3. Okay. And Crafty says Lions have nothing to gain from tonight's game. Next week is for all of the marbles. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder. I don't see Dan Campbell doing it. I feel like Dan Campbell is just like, no, we got to win. But let's see. I don't understand something, though. Because if the Vikings beat the Lions next week, they would get in the playoffs, right? But I don't understand why, because they split the division series, and then the Vikings and the Lions would both be 5-1. So you'd go to the conference record, right? And they would both be 9-2. So what is it? Strength of victory? But here's the other thing. If it goes to conference, because it goes to division rank, it goes to your division record, and if you're tied, then it goes to your conference record. But if the Lions lose tonight, then they would have a worse conference record than the Vikings, because the Vikings are 8-2 in the conference, and the Lions are 9-1. No, no. I understand why the Lions are in if they win. I'm wondering why the Vikings are in if they win. Because they would split the series. They would have the same division record. They would have the same conference record. Unless the Lions lost tonight. So technically the Lions are playing for something. Because if the Lions lose tonight, they would have a 9-2 conference record. And the Vikings are 8-2. I don't get it. How have the Lions played more? So the Lions have played more conference games than the Vikings? Because the Vikings are 8-2. Maybe it needs to be updated. It hasn't been updated yet, maybe? Maybe it's supposed to be 9-2. Goff? Laporta. Laporta. I need you to have a big game, buddy. Ah, I see. This whole time I was thinking that they were going to have the same record. Yeah, the only way they could have the same record is if the Lions lose tonight and win next week, but then the Lions would have the tiebreaker because they would win the head-to-head. What's up, Ginger? Sam Laporta again. I love it. Ah, there's a flag. Damn it. Damn. Big Dick Nick. Nick Bosa, easily my favorite edge rusher. Von Miller and Nick Bosa, currently. Goff, sack, lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 2nd and 25. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a 49er down. Man, the 49ers are so thin right now. And Ginger said heartbreaker. Oh, man. No. Nick Bosa's not hurt. Dude. Oh, my God. It was a heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker. I felt every emotion at that game. I was so happy. I was so sad. I hate when you get to the part of Sour Patch Kids where your mouth is burning. I guess that's when it's time to stop. They're so good. So damn good. Crafty is really just Bill disguised as Crafty. Ooh. D. Winters, I guess, hurt himself a little bit. Here we go. 3rd and 12. Goff. Oh, oh my gosh. A hook and ladder goes for a touchdown. No way. Wow. That was a game-changing play right there. 3rd and 12, and the Lions hit him with a hook and ladder to go 50 yards. Little E. Think about it for a second. Detroit loses tonight, and they're 13-3, and the Vikings are 14-2. The Lions win next week. Both people will be 14-3, and the Lions will have the tiebreaker because they would have beat them twice. 14-13, 49ers. Wow. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a good one. I think a lot of people think like, oh, people are playing spoiler at the end of the year. I think what actually happens is I think towards the end of the season, teams are just so beat up that I guess quality control becomes a little more difficult. $45 points for the Lions. I tried to tell everybody that Drew Lock was a bad man. Nobody wanted to listen. I said Drew Lock is a bad man. 4 tutties, over 300 yards. He can do it. Just needed a couple weeks. Get to know his players, take the first team reps. And, for as well as he's played, I haven't even heard anything about it. Nobody's talked about it. I feel like he should be getting mad love right now. All right. Enough of the Drew Lock highlights over here. Well, no matter what happens tonight, the winner of next week games will be the 1 seed. If the Lions win or lose today, the winner of next week's game will determine who's the 1 seed. There's nothing the Lions can do tonight to change the outcome. Goff and Purdy combined 13 for 13, 3 touchdowns. Garendo is a bad man too. I've been on him. I wanted to draft him so bad. He's gonna be really good. First and 10, Purdy, handoff. Second and 9, Purdy. Oh, direct handoff. Ooh, Ricky Pearsall, and he took a hit. He got smacked. Third and 7. Let's see if the 49ers can keep this drive going. Just past midfield. Purdy taking a shot. Wobbly ball. Wide open. Ricky Pearsall down to the 8. And if Purdy throws a better ball, this is a touchdown. Terrion Arnold. A lot of younger players getting some reps, and oh man, he was wide open. That was just a busted coverage. Now we're gonna flip it to Garendo, and Garendo, kind of amazing he was able to get back to the line. Wow. Brock Purdy, man, he just like does not look like someone that could play like quarterback at a high level in the NFL. Oh my gosh. And then he does that. Touchdown 49ers, Brock Purdy with the pump fake and then scores. Wow. I don't know how he does it. It's not size. It's not size. 3 Lions were there, and Brock Purdy just made his way through all of them. Brock Purdy hasn't thrown an incomplete pass yet. 2 touchdowns, 9 for 9. Wow. Jahmyr Gibbs with 8 points. Sam Laporta with 2. Damn. How did he get 8 points? He's got 60 yards already? How? How did he get? I just watched that whole last drive. He had 4 points. How did he get 4 more? I need them to just throw to Laporta. Let's see the weirdest outcomes from Sunday's game. I mean, I got to go with the Giants, 45-33. Um, honestly, the Buffalo Bills, I did not think that that game would be that lopsided. Um, Raiders, Tampa Bay, Carolina, man, they've had a couple good games, and then right when you believe in them, they are the favorite for the first time in 2 years, and then they get beat the hell out of, and then we're like, "Okay, we were wrong." And then we go back to not believing, and then they beat the Cardinals, and then we're like, "Okay, so they are good. Alright." Then we go back to believing, and then they get blown out by the Bucks. No no way to figure it out, man. Panthers have become a true wild card. Tonight is the 49ers Super Bowl. Yeah, they would love to remind the Lions that they are living in their head. All right. Stop Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes. Yes. And a loss of 4. Loss of 2. It looked like a loss of 2. Keep thinking there's a bug on my computer. Oh, that's not a bug. That's just a spot. 3rd and 12. Jared Goff, shotgun looking to pass, fires. Gosh darn it. Gibbs. 19. That's like 3 points right there. Man, he had another wide receiver wide open. Play action. Ooh, picked up by the Niners, and the refs blow it dead. Niners, Malik Mustafa. Loved him too, out of Wake Forest. He is one of the most athletic players in the draft this year. I love the 49ers, their draft, their late round draft picks. Huge. I was a huge fan. Sam Laporta motions out, setting up the screen. And Gibbs again. Nick Bosa was evaluated for a concussion. He's back in the game. Quick catch and throw on 3rd and 3 for a first down to Amara St. Brown. 4 minutes left in the first half. Man, the Lions really they got the 49ers on their toes right now. Krati said Jets should bench Rodgers next week just to deprive him of the extra TD he needs to reach 500. I think he should. Ooh, Reynolds with the 8-yard game. I think Rodgers shouldn't throw it this year. I think he should wait till next year. I don't think this is the type of season he wants to remember his 500th touchdown. Handoff, Reynolds, first down. Skipper. The Lions have been dealing with injuries for the last couple of weeks, and some people have been really worried about it. It seems like there's a split. There's people that are really worried about it, and there's people that are like, people are overreacting. The Lions are going to be fine. What do you guys think? Can the Lions win the Super Bowl with the injuries that they've had? Oh, another first down. Amon-Ra St. Brown down to the 15-yard line. Jared Goff is just a surgeon. Is Jared Goff better than prime Alex Smith? I feel like Jared Goff is just never in the conversation of top quarterbacks in the league. And when you watch him play, though, he's just so damn good. It makes you wonder why. Like, why is he always just getting shit on? Not the most athletic guy in the world, but as far as just pocket quarterback, pretty damn good. What is the best present you guys got this year? This is my best present right here. Merry Christmas, Kyle. Thank you for your lending hand. Oh. Mm. Handoff. Ooh, Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle. Took a shot. One hop this time. Oh. Quick throw. Gibbs short. Fourth down. Fourth down, and the Lions are going to run the field goal unit out. It looks like I have chain on. It really looks like a chain until the wind blows it. Oh. $45 of the time, the Lions are going for it, and they got the offense out on the field. Thought they were kicking the field goal. Apparently not. Goff throwing. End zone. Damn it. Sam. Oh, he didn't even get. Jared Goff threw the ball too late. They should play when the Packers play. If they go for it on fourth down and Jordan Love has an open receiver and he just misses him, throws the ball too late, and it's incomplete. When they go to commercial, they should play "Love Isn't Always on Time." That would be funny. Pretty good. Pretty good. So the Lions turn the ball over on downs. And the score will remain Detroit 13, 49ers 21. $34 points scored in the first half. Wow. 1 minute, 13 seconds left. Lions do have all 3 timeouts. Let's see how aggressive they want to be. Purdy? Wow. Good job avoiding a negative play and then just throws it out of bounds. And just throws that one away. 1 minute, 4 seconds. They do save a timeout with the Lions throwing it away. .104, 2:10 left. 2nd and 10. Oh my gosh. Isaac Uernardo wide open. Perfect throw from Purdy. Right in the breadbasket. And the Niners are nearly at midfield, just like that. Purdy looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Wow. Durendo. Man. Here is Purdy, 2nd and 2. Pearsall. And he jumps over a Lion at the end of that to get out of bounds. Stops the clock, 28 seconds. So it looks like the Lions are going to at least attempt a field goal to close out this half. Wow. Ooh. Jennings. Ball got slapped out of his hands, but they respot the ball, and now the clock's running. And all right, so if you fumble the ball out of bounds, then that is going to keep the clock running. So Hockley runs over and says, hey, we got to run this clock. And Brock Purdy runs up and clocks the ball. 3rd and 2, 20 seconds left. Niners, but 1 timeout. Purdy over the middle, wide open Kittle. 20, 15, 10. Oh my gosh, they're going to call the timeout here. And there is a late flag. Lot to sort out here. But ladies and gentlemen, coming into the studio is a man named Rick. A man that once said, if Chicago doesn't produce a 4,000-yard passer, he will cut his own penis off and screw the McCaskies with it, with his own hand. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into the studio, the one, the only, my friend, and your pal, Rick.
Yo, I love that intro. Oh, what an intro. I love it. I love it. What a Monday night football game. What a game, dude.
I can't believe it.
This is such a good one. Let me know when it gets to 7 seconds.
Wow. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Hell yeah. Dude, they have just been going back and forth. 49ers, Lions. It sucks because, Dan Gamble, who's going for it on fourth down, was unable to get it there in the red zone. But 49ers
Yeah, I felt like they
here.
should have kicked the field goal there.
Yeah. Now let's see if Jake Moody can make a kick. 51 yards.
I think he's been pretty bad this year, hasn't he?
He's missed some clutch kicks. I will say 49ers fans are not happy with this guy at all.
And that'll continue.
Oh, God. Get rid of him. I think this is his second year in the league, I will say. But he is truly under a microscope, I think, in San Francisco.
Yeah, he looks like he just stopped practicing. Like he was like, kicking's one of those things that you don't really lose. He's like, you either have it or you don't. His buddies are calling him. They're like, dude,
I made my money.
I don't think you got it anymore.
Remember that bonus you're supposed to make? Yeah, those are canceled, dude, for you specifically. Oh, man. 49ers fans booing. Lions fans probably also booing because, like you said, they probably wanted Dan Campbell to go for at least a field goal, make it it's still a one-score game regardless, but it's a much more attainable one-score game, even though, same.
Yeah.
Crafty in the chat. Robbie Gold be like, miss me yet? Oh, Robbie Gold was automatic with the Bears and the 49ers.
In 2008.
First of all, you're right. Secondly, why'd you have to say it like that? Oh, man.
Did you see you saw the Broncos game, I guess?
Yeah, I saw the Broncos game, Kyle. I'm sorry. I was texting Kyle throughout the game, and I figured he was at the game. He's probably like at least 20 to 30 seconds ahead of me because of, time or whatever. But I was texting him, and I was like, even if he responds or not, I just want to text it because I was getting excited watching that game. And it was fourth quarter. What were they? They were down a score. Then Bo Nix goes 89 yards or something crazy like that down the field. Gets it to, what was it, Mims?
Yeah, dude.
That was crazy.
It was so crazy. So, first off, the touchdown pass that he threw to Mims in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I saw that play, and it's like you get so used to watching football on TV, but I remember I went to a Packers-Vikings game in 2021, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was week 17 as well. And I remember Aaron Rodgers throwing a pass, and it's like he always had a good ball, just the way it came off his hands.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing one of those throws where he just threw one of those amazing balls but in a tight window, and I was just like, that's what that looks like in real life. It looks cool on TV, but in real life, you're just it was my first time seeing him live, and I was just like, that looks pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The throw to Mims was one of those moments where I was like, holy fucking shit.
It was that good?
It was because you can see the whole field.
Yeah.
So you have it's one thing when you're watching on TV and he launches a ball and the camera's just kind of trying to catch up to the ball.
Yep.
But to be all the way back where I am and see the whole field and see that it doesn't look like he's super open and him just chuck that ball.
Yeah.
And then Mims all of a sudden he is open.
Yeah.
And it's hi. And after that, they said the ball actually traveled 67 air yards, which is the furthest air yard completion
Yep.
since like who was it? It was the Panthers quarterback PJ Walker. In
Shit.
it was
Like
like
2020?
it was like 2018.
Wow. PJ Walker, a name I haven't heard in a while.
Right. Yeah. But like when he made that throw, I was just like, because it didn't look like he like got all in, like it didn't look like he like that was everything he had.
Right,
Like
right.
it looked like a far pass, but it also looked like he just kind of like comfortably made that throw.
It's insane how a 67 air yard pass to a human being looks comfortable to you.
Right.
And you're just like, what? How does he do that? Just a flick of the wrist type shit. What?
It was great. And then I was like, man, I'm so over. I was like, I feel like though I was glad it happened because I was like, there was a play like earlier in the season, and I think it wasn't Marvin. It was Troy Franklin. He dropped it.
Oh,
And I was like, damn it.
I remember. Yeah.
I was like, if he catches that, people will stop talking about his arm strength. But he dropped it, so no one remembered the play really.
Yeah.
I was like, at least this exists now. So like,
Mm-hmm.
then and that was one of those throws where I was like, okay, like even if we lose, like I'm glad that Bo Nix is gonna like not look like shit on the national stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and going toe to toe with like an MVP season from Joe Burrow too is like really, really good. Like kudos to him.
yeah, and I think it's hard, but I think you can make a case that Joe Burrow could be the greatest quarterback in the league.
Like right now or
yeah, because like I look at Mahomes and I'm like, to me it's just like I don't know. I think both of them are really great, but
yeah.
I feel like Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame coach, and I feel like Zach Taylor kind of sucks. And then like the Chiefs have had just like really a top 10 defense the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And like Joe Burrow, his defenses suck.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like when you see like what he's doing, like his numbers, like he's doing things no quarterback has ever done right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has like a 77 completion percentage on the season.
God, that's crazy.
It's like, I don't know, like there's still people out there. I think Jinja is one of them that doesn't think like he's that good. It's actually like just such a ludicrous thing to think that he's not. I think he's got to be like, I don't know. Like I think you go through the top 5 quarterbacks in the league without even getting to the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Like because you have Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and
Jalen Hurts, maybe.
I would say Justin Herbert.
Okay, Justin Herbert, yeah.
So that'd be my 5th.
He was injured last year. Yeah, but I think overall, yeah, because if you're asking like across the league, I'm trying to think of anyone else. Would you put, so we're saying top 5, would you put Jared Goff in there over the last 2 years that he's played?
I wouldn't say top 5, but definitely top 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely top 10. Probably like closer to 8.
Yeah, because you like more of the tape that those 5 guys you mentioned have put out there more than what Jared Goff has put out there. Even though Jared Goff, for the most part, with Detroit, has done really, really well. But yeah, I like the tape more of Joe Burrow, even though, I mean, Joe Burrow's had what, like 2 really good seasons. This one being an MVP type of year. I'm trying to think. 4,600 yards. Okay, so this was this year. Other than this year, 2022 made the playoffs. 4,475 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interception, a quarterback rating of 100.8. 2021, the year he went to the Super Bowl, 4611 yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I mean, you're talking about 3 seasons where he's gone over 4,000 yards, 4,400 yards, over 30 touchdowns, and less, I mean, 14 or less interceptions. In all 3 of those seasons, he has had a 100 or better quarterback rating.
Oh yeah,
That's fucking solid, dude.
I mean, and people love to point out that like he only had one good year in college, but like the thing is like that one year was like one of the all-time great quarterback seasons ever. Like it's not like to say, oh, that's just one good year. I feel like it waters down how great that year was, you know,
And I
because
think how well
it's
he's
not.
done in the NFL is even like builds on that, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, he gets injured his rookie year, and then he comes back and takes the team to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and then goes into Arrowhead, beats Mahomes. I mean, just seeing him play live is like, damn. I mean,
Yeah.
he's special. Like it was like watching Tom Brady live.
Yeah.
It has that same type of a feel where it's like I'm watching one of the greatest in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching somebody that will be a Hall of Famer for sure.
And remember in the preseason, I told you I was like, he went on the podcast I listened to and was talking about how he was like, I fucking love that no one's talking about me because I'm gonna go out there and sling it. And I was like, that right there, that like small clip of him saying that, I was like, he's gonna have a fucking MVP type season. And look what he's doing. I mean, it sucks because his defense has not been there. It sucks because Josh Allen is having an incredible year, and Lamar Jackson is having another incredible year,
And
and
he's
they're
got
on
better numbers
playoff
than
teams.
both of them.
He does, and the thing is, if his defense was like mid tier, we're talking they've got 10 wins right now.
Oh no way! Like they got like 13 wins.
Maybe even yeah,
Because
maybe
think
even
think
further than
about
that.
those losses. Like you got Baltimore, who he lost to by one twice, and in both of those games, he threw for like 500 yards. Um,
Yeah,
in like 4 touchdown passes. I think one of them, T. Higgins had 2 touchdowns, and Jamar Chase had 3 touchdowns. That's just one
yeah,
game.
it was crazy.
You got the Chiefs game. Um, you got so many games where like that. I saw another crazy stat was like he's like 1 in 5 in go ahead touchdowns with like 5 minutes left, or like 1 in 5 in games with multiple possession lead and going into the fourth.
Yeah,
I mean, their defense has just like really been like so bad. Like they've been so bad that the Bengals could easily be like, if there was any other quarterback, they would be like a 1, 2, 3 win team.
yeah, and I'm looking at their schedule. Outside of week 1, the Patriots beating
Yeah,
them 16-10. We know the Bengals start off slow. So that's their thing. Week 1 is probably always just going to be chalked up to a loss. And then the Chiefs, they lose by 1 point. The Commanders, they lose by 5 points. The Panthers, nope. The Ravens, they lose by 3 points. That's already 3 losses by a combined 9 points. Your defense holds a subpar Chiefs offense and maybe comes away with kind of holds a rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels week 3. You're talking how many wins do they have right now? What are they at right now?
8.
I mean, that's 10 wins right there. That's 10 wins. You
Oh
hate
yeah.
that they start off slow and that their defense kind of can't really shut the door when needed. But that's 10 wins, dude. That's double digits right there. They're already in the playoffs at that point.
Yeah, and I mean, if our field goal didn't get blocked, we would have been at 10 wins 2 weeks
Yep.
ago.
Yep. Yep.
So it's always hard to go back. But when the Bengals, I mean, dude, it was crazy because like once they got to the 5 yard line, I was like, that's it, that's game. I was
Yeah, I
like,
thought so too.
we only had one timeout. I was like, they can just take a knee,
Yeah.
and then take another knee, and then kick a field goal with 1 second left. And
Hmm.
they hand the ball off, and I'm screaming, "Let him score! Let him
Yeah.
score!" And the defense does, but then the running back goes, "Oh shit! I'm not supposed to score.
Chase
They're letting
Brown.
me score," and he tries to stop, and then he awkwardly hurts himself, and then we
Yep.
get an injury timeout.
Yep.
And I'm like, "Oh my god!" So then, as soon as that happened, and Joe Burrow QB sneaks it to take a 1 point lead, there's like a minute 16. And I looked at Mary and I was like, I said, they're about to shock this place.
Oh shit.
I knew that they were gonna. I don't know why, but I didn't have any doubt that we were gonna drive down and score. And when it happened, I was just like, I was going crazy. Like I can't even
Jesus.
tell you, dude. Like when he threw that ball up to Marvin Mims and he caught it. And what's crazy is like everybody when you leave the game and get home and you're like
Yeah.
seeing what the world's saying, everyone was mad that they didn't go for two. And
I was going to ask your opinion on that. What do you think about that call not going for two?
to be honest,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of doing that.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even cross my mind. And it's funny how the internet works because like you'll see somebody complain about it and then you'll just like people will just like adopt that view and be like, yeah, what the fuck? Why didn't they go for two? And next thing you know, everyone's mad about it. But like,
Yeah.
as a person that was at the game, to be totally honest, it never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, because once that touchdown happened, obviously there was only so much time left in the game, and I believe it was Bo Nix that the camera
Yeah.
showed he had his hands up two.
I didn't see that from where I was sitting, but obviously that's the kind of stuff that when you're watching on television, you can see, but not really when you're sitting up, far away. I didn't see that, and
Yeah.
I guess I was just so hyped about the touchdown that I wasn't really thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. But like looking back on it, like, yeah, I mean, I wish I think, I don't know. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you go for two and you don't
Right.
get it, everybody's like, why didn't you just take that momentum into overtime?
100%.
So of course, because it didn't go in our favor, I wish they would have went for two, but you just got to live with your decisions no matter what, I don't know. What did you think? Our defense couldn't stop them. So like,
It was tough. Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like you're hoping that you win the coin toss. You got a 50-50 shot of winning the coin toss. And I think Sean, maybe he liked those odds better than the odds of converting a 2-point conversion. Or maybe he just didn't have the balls to do it.
I don't know, because part of that was, the Broncos defense is struggling against the Bengals, but also the Bengals defense was struggling against your offense. Like Mims is like up until 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever, had like 150 yards receiving on the season, something like that. And then he goes for 100 plus yards in, what was it, the Browns game or something like that? He had a huge game. I forget which game it was. And now he's catching passes with 67 yards of air yards. So with all that being said, I get the damned if you do, damned if you don't, because at the end of the day, that's how the NFL is going to view you. That's how your fans are going to view you. Why didn't you kick the field goal? But I felt like with that momentum, you should have gone for two. Defense may be a little bit tired. You just fucking hung a 67-yarder on them, and the momentum was in your favor. But if you lose by not converting the 2-pointer, it's always the what ifs. But personally, I think I would have wanted to go for 2, especially with your quarterback putting the 2
I'd love
up.
to see that from Bo.
I was going to say, I love to see that too. From any quarterback, anybody, your quarterback, any quarterback. You'd love to see that.
And after the game, I went to where the Broncos, where their buses are. And I saw Sean come out of the tunnel, and then he went up the bus, and he sat in the first chair. And this is super weird, but I watched him for like 10 minutes. Just because I was like, I never thought I would get to like see him in real life this long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're just admiring his aura.
Well, I was really trying to read his face.
Jared Goff to the end zone.
I was trying to see, like, I wanted to know what he was feeling. Because that's the moment where you feel like the cameras are off me.
Mm-hmm.
He's eating something and drinking a Gatorade. And I just wanted to see, like, does he look sad? Does he look angry? And I was trying to read him, and you could just tell he was still thinking about everything.
Yeah. He was that
like he
close.
was processing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't blame the guy. I mean, you're that close to really just being like, that's it. We're in. We don't have to worry about anything until that week. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets about 4 yards of the 3rd and goal coming up.
So Ian Rappaport reported today that the Chiefs will be playing with their backups next week. So, I mean,
feeling?
we gotta win. And the reality is, like, people are like, oh, you don't want to get in like that. It's like, dude, no one is gonna remember like how you got in. Yeah. They're just gonna remember whether you did or didn't. you know?
Yep, exactly. That's all that matters. Getting in the playoffs is the most important thing, and once you're in, it's winning. Jared Goff, touchdown.
Needed that.
Is that Laporta?
Yeah.
That is Laporta with a touchdown. And here we go. Lions going for 2.
The 2.
Here's the 2. And we got Bill in the chat.
Boo!
Josh Allen equals never rely on the coin toss. Love that.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey saying I was rooting for the Broncos with you, Kyle. Bill as well. I was hoping for Broncos win something fierce, especially with that ending. That's what I was hoping for, too. Like, going into overtime after the way you guys went down the field to Mims on that touchdown, I was like, they got to do it now. Jared Goff looking, rolling, touchdown, or 2-point conversion.
Tim Patrick.
3 touchdowns last time. Or 2 weeks ago or last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Who? Oh, Tim Patrick?
Tim Patrick, right? He had 2 touchdowns or 3?
I think he had, like 2 or 3. And I think it might have even been like 2 of the last 5 games.
Yeah, he's been targeted quite a bit. And so we have a tie game here in San Francisco, 21-21 in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, dude. The funniest part was, of course, Bengals fans are like talking shit.
Yep.
And there's this guy sitting in front of me, and he like throws like a behind the line of scrimmage screen, and then it gets tackled right away, and the guy is like, that's all he can do. He sucks. And it was the next play, and he threw that 67-yard touchdown bomb. And I was just like, what were you saying about my quarterback? And then he looked back, and I was like, I thought he only throws behind the line. What was that? What did we just...
You should have been like, dude, Bo didn't hear you. He threw the touchdown. You said that all he could do was throw behind the line. Why wasn't he paying attention to you?
It was like the best timing.
Oh, that's great.
He couldn't even say anything. He just turned back around.
I went to here in Seattle, I went to a Chicago Sky, Seattle Storm game, and I was doing the same thing. There'd be a guy being like, they can't even fucking rebound. And then they'd get a rebound and be like, they could get rebounds too, brother. They could get rebounds.
Dude, and the penalties were killing us, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
the penalties were killing us, and I was like, some of them were so bad, and it was like every third down they would get a penalty that would keep the drive alive after we stopped them, and the guy next to me was like, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. And then there was a fourth down play that they went for it, and a flag came out, and he's like, I told you I don't make the rules. And then it was on the offense. It was on the Bengals. And I go, he looked at me and I was like, I don't make the rules.
See, that's what I love about going to live sporting events is like you have that other person who's like, dude, we're having a good time. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to make jokes. We're going to fuck around. Are we going to be a little too drunk? Maybe, but we're not going to get anything crazy. It's like, I don't make the rules. Well, I don't make the rules either, brother. It's a fun time. It's a fun time.
It was really good. Obviously both franchises felt like their season was on the line. So
Yeah.
it was like a lot more serious than like a week 2 game,
True. I could see that.
but real in a good way. Like by the end of it, it was like I asked them, I was like, why don't you guys just take a knee and kick it? And he's like, dude, we don't trust our kicker. And like we had a whole conversation about their kicker. Like by the end of the game, we're like, we're just talking about the game.
Yeah. 100%. And it kind of, that right there, what you said reminds me of when you were like, you said you were going to vote on the 49ers to win or not. And then you saw a guy with a 49ers jersey and you're like, dude, is this a win or not? And he's like, dude, this is a win. And you're just like, there's a mutual understanding and there's like the fandom that you guys are both a part of this and the betting aspect. Like, we're trying to help each other out. We're just regular people in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I think they respect too, like, obviously, damn, he took a shot.
Wow.
I think it's like, if you're on the road, then they're like, this guy's a pretty big fan. Like, he flew here or he drove here to be at this game. So I think there's like kind of like a respect in the beginning.
Yep. And I want to address this comment here by Bill. Kyle, your guy Locke finally came good for us. 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, damn. And that is the first time that's happened for the Giants since I think Eli Manning or something like that. It's been a long time since a quarterback has done what Drew Lock did the other day.
Yeah, Drew Lock, he loves to play good enough in the final 2 games. So you have that faith going into next year.
Yeah.
And then next year, you're just like, what happened to... We went 3-1 in our last 4.
And then you're like talking to him and Drew Lock's just going... You're like, no, dude, we need you to explain what happened. And he's just like... All right, you could go. He's like, works every time.
Just rapping Young Jeezy on the sideline. Me, I never say shit. That's right, I work for NASA. Just know that I'm not a fraud. Call it my bodyguard. Call it.
God, you gotta love it. Here you go, Brock Purdy, George Kittle. George Kittle gets away from one would-be tackler to the 10. All the way to the 4-yard line. Oh my God, George Kittle is a monster.
I mean, also, like, you give Drew Lock first team reps, give him, 2-3 weeks of being the guy, and I still think Drew, like, I don't know, he's a wild card to me, but I feel like the right coach can make Drew play a lot better, I think. I think Drew, when you watch him play, like, this is a weird thing about him is, like, sometimes you watch him play and you're like, I was wrong about him. And then other times you watch him play and it's like, all right, he played a little too good for me to just, like, I guess, accept that he's a bad quarterback.
I think he is what he is. I think he is going to be really good for spot starts. I just don't think he's a great starter for an entire 17-game season. Touchdown, Deebo Samuel.
Wow.
49ers on top again.
Do you think it's time to worry about the Lions defense?
Yeah, they have given up a lot of points, and I think it was since
They gave
week
up 40 to Buffalo.
13.
Didn't they give up a shit ton to the Rams?
Yeah, let me look up their schedule real quick. Okay.
Oh,
so
wait, no, that was
that's-
Buffalo. That gave up a shit ton to the Rams.
So let's see. They had given up 6 to the Colts, gave up 20 to the Bears, 31 to the Packers, 48 to the Bills, 17 to the Bears, obviously, and 27 currently to the 49ers. The only other big game was the Seahawks at 29. And that's kind of it. But, I mean, it really has been. I mean, the Bears scoring 20 in the Lions, kind of crazy. The Packers at 31 and then the Bills at 48. That's a lot of points for your defense. But yeah, I agree. I think it is. I think it's going to be really, really tricky once they get into the postseason, which week 18 is going to be a phenomenal Sunday night football between them and the Vikings. Oh, phenomenal, dude. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it's going to be the first time that a wild card team has, what will it be, 14 wins?
14 wins.
That's crazy.
Isn't that insane? Like one of these teams, them or the Vikings, is going to end up 14-3 at the 5 seed. What?
And then, yeah, the NFC North, man,
Yeah.
it's crazy because like the Bears need to get like back
Yeah.
in the like worst division, it seems like, to do that. Like you guys have 6 difficult games right off the bat.
I think depending on what the Vikings do with Sam Darnold following this season, it's going to be just, I mean, the Lions and the Packers are already going to be 4 difficult games. And depending on what the Vikings do with Sam Darnold, it'll determine whether it's going to be 2 more or it might be 2 winnable Vikings games, right? Depending on the quarterback, obviously. The defense is still very, very good. Casey's asking, how many defensive first stringers are injured for the Lions? Let's see. Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, Carlton Davis, Alex Anzalone, Rodrigo as well. I don't know if he was a starter or not, but KC, I believe it should be in the 5, 6, 7-ish range in terms of first stringers, like Anzalone and Aiden Hutchinson, those guys. I think it's about 5 to 7 of those guys. I think 20 are injured total. Out of those, 25 or 7 are starters. And the Lions are going to begin right around the 31-yard line after the kick. This is going to sound lame, but I'm glad Colt McCoy got a commercial on TV. His show with Jay Gruden is pretty good. His show with Jay Gruden, is that on YouTube, Bill? I do like the backup commercials that they have, though, for, I forget what company does them, but they're really funny.
I think I've seen that show. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
Yeah, Jay Gruden, is it a podcast or is it like an actual like YouTube show? Can't remember.
I think I saw it on YouTube.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 yards.
I need Gibbs to get shut down.
Oh, really?
I'm playing Gibbs.
I was going to say, are you in the championship game in your other league?
I'm in the 3rd place game.
Oof, looks like Dalton's going to win the championship in our league. Unless Jared Goff goes for 70 points.
If Sam Laporta has a better game, yes.
Oof.
Damn
Oh,
it.
there's a flag. Clean pocket on YouTube. Well, I'll check it out.
It's going to be on the defense, I think.
Yeah, I heard secondary. Oh, 53, dead leg.
Uh-oh.
No foul on the play. First down. Sam Laporta, baby.
Yeah, if Sam Laporta has more points than Jahmyr Gibbs, I win third.
I like it. I like it. I like that it doesn't go on forever.
Ooh. Look at the score of our game right now.
What game? 21-28?
Our fantasy game. You're gonna be like, holy shit.
Your game? Oh, wow. Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta. Oh, okay. You gotta. How do you have a 10% win probability right now?
Right?
That's weird. I fucking hate that you had Josh Allen during our last game of the regular season because he went off, dude.
Who
like
did?
Josh Allen, he had like 34 points or something like that. You fucking kicked my ass. That was for the division too.
I did?
Yeah, it was week 4. What is this? Week 17?
Oh, the last game of the regular season?
Yeah. So I made it to the first round. So that was week 16. No, that was week 15. So it was week 13.
Yeah, he had a couple of good games in a row, and then
yeah.
last week he had like 6 points.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 3, Jared Goff looking, avoiding pressure. No, he gets sacked. Lunched. Nom, 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 nom. Joey Bosa. Nick Bosa. Just doing Bosa
Look
things.
at this Ben. That was just a bull rush.
Yeah. Got Decker. Got right through Decker. Bosa,
Man,
the beast.
Dude, is that Penny Sewell? No.
No, that was Decker.
He's been working on both of them.
Oh, has he?
57-yard field goal. Now they're taking the field goal.
Bates. Oh, wow. 57 yards. What a kick.
That was a hell of a kick.
He could have made it from 60. That's going to be 3 points. That is going to be 28-24. San Francisco now. 4:25 left in the third. What
Nick Bosa looks like a down to earth dude. Joey Bosa looks like the bully that you want to punch. Every time I see Joey, he's like the guy that was riding his brother's coattails in high school, where he's like, yeah, my brother will beat you up, dude. And then he just hit a growth spurt and then kept that energy.
Then he just kept fighting people. So do you remember, I think it was 2 years ago, when the 49ers went to the NFC Championship game against the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Bosa was getting harassed by Eagles fans, and they were taking video of him with his family, his girlfriend, whoever, and they were making fun of him. They're like, oh, it didn't make the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what's your bank account, bro? What's your bank account say, bro? And I'm just like, that is such a lame thing to say.
It's so douchey.
He's like, let me see your bank account, bro. Let me see. It's like, dude, you're an NFL football player. We know you make more money than half of the fans combined. That's
You
not a
still
good
gave
comeback.
Up a 28-0 lead.
That was all on Joey Bosa. That is true. That is true. Yeah. That is not revisionist history whatsoever. But yeah, I thought that was like really, really lame for him to say that. So we got some Saturday football: Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. Who do the Broncos play Sunday? Oh, they play the Chiefs. Yeah, that's right. Broncos, Chiefs. Broncos win and get in. Chiefs are sitting a lot of starters, apparently. Got an Eagles fan randomly there. A random Broncos fan, Kyle. Look at that. Here's the kick by the Lions. Oh, Debo going to take this one out of the end zone to the 20, to the 30, to the 34, 33-yard line for Debo Samuel. So, 49ers going to start off pretty damn good field position here. Let's see if they can keep the back and forth scoring going. God, 13 wins is their most in franchise history for the Lions. That's crazy. First and 10. Purdy looking, throwing, left side, deep, incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag. Kirby Joseph dove for the interception. Oh, yeah, that's pass interference by Branch right there for Kittle. Easy call. Oh, and that's going to put the 49ers in Lions territory already. At around the 45-ish, 46-ish yard line.
I felt it and heard it. I did.
Bad play by Branch. First and 10 at the 50, actually. Okay. Purdy fakes the handoff over the middle. Intercepted. Now Kirby is actually going to get this interception. Number 8 on the year for him. Wow. What a bad pass by Purdy, because I don't know if you saw, Kyle, but that was a pass interference call on George Kittle. They got to the 50-yard line. The next play is this interception right here.
Wow.
Oh, Kyle Shanahan is like, what the fuck, dude? Frustration.
So when the coaches do that, who are they talking to?
I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, is he talking to Brock Purdy when he does that?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, and also the offensive coordinator probably.
Because I thought you only have 30 seconds to talk to them, and then it cuts out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 30 seconds, 35, 40 seconds maybe. Something like that. Either way, we got to get this going, man. We got to get the offense going. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if he's talking to his other coaches. I assume the offensive guys, right? Like his coordinators. Purdy's gonna get a talking to once he gets to the sideline, I think, and just being like, "Dude, what was that? What'd you see? What happened?"
Yeah, I'm just it seemed like it looked like he was talking to Brock Purdy through his mic. because like the play happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went to like say something, and then he was like, "Oh, I better cover my mouth," and then he was like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, he's talking to somebody for sure. He's not talking to himself.
No,
So
he talks to himself sometimes.
if he's talking to the quarterback, that's got to be shitty. Like throwing a pick, and then there's like this God voice in your ear. It's like, you fucking suck. That was a terrible pick. Like you can't even have your own dialogue. You got to have his and yours.
It's even funnier if you really do think it's God. It's like, you fucking suck at football, dude. You're like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry.
That's not a play.
Dan Camp's like, thank God you intercepted that.
I wonder if there's like a mic etiquette where you're not supposed to like use the mic for that.
I would assume so, but like, Shanahan's also the head coach, so he could give a fuck about etiquette probably. You know what I mean?
Right. I have so many questions about this microphone.
I think we have to infiltrate an NFL team and figure out what it was, what it is. Like,
At least we'll have good questions.
yeah, exactly. We got E-Dub in the chat. Jared Goff looking. First down into about the 25-yard line to Reynolds, it looks like. We've got a ball game indeed, E-Dub. LaFleur called one of the refs a fucking idiot during the game. Yeah, I'm sure every head coach has done that at least 100 times. First and 10, Goff shotgun at the 26-yard line. Trying to get a touchdown here. Get the lead. Hands it off. That's Reynolds and gets into the red zone on that play. We got Nick. What's up? Losing 88, 109 in my championship. Luckily not playing Allen probably next week. Oh, Nick, I'm sorry. Do you have anybody playing tonight, Nick? Kyle's trying to get third place, so it could be worse.
Does third place get anything?
They get a crisp high five from the commish.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care then.
Goff fakes a toss over the middle. Caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets to about the 6-yard line. Oh, Nick, you got Sam Laporta. You just need a touchdown here. Another 2 touchdowns.
Next year, we should give third something.
So next year, I'm thinking of adding 2 more people. Up the pot. And then maybe give third place a little some.
Yeah,
you already got a little some though.
Yeah, but no, it's not. It's not for me. Like I would be in favor of not, I guess, paying the division first seeds and using that 150 for third place. Just because, like, it's kind of, finishing in the top 3, I think is like, I think it's a good thing. Like, yeah, you didn't finish it. You didn't make it to the championship round, but, you won the third place game. And usually there's like first place and then seconds, like here, and thirds here.
Mm-hmm.
Or like something, even if it was small, like, oh, you get a $25 Five Guys gift card. I don't know.
Oh, you get 5 guys, huh? Golf incomplete. Kyle, you heard it here first, guys. Kyle for third place wants 5 guys to gift card his ass. You heard it. I didn't say it. I didn't lead him to this. He said it all on his own. He's like, I want 5 guys. I want $25 and 5 guys. That's what he said.
Oh, I'm over here like, I'd rather not even get the 75.
I just want 5 guys. That's what I want.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Amon Ra! It went right over his head. But he could not, he couldn't see where it was coming from. You can't blame him on that one.
Oh, my God. I took a swig of this, and I thought it went bad, and I had to spit it back in. It's unsweetened. I think it is
Crafty's.
bad as well.
Let's see what the Lions do here on 4th and goal.
Oh, they're going for it. You know they're going.
Oh, shit.
They should just try to draw him off sides.
They should, yeah. Motion. Snap. Looking. Caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown. What were they doing?
How does he get that open?
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? I love that shit.
How did he get that open?
And just like that, the Lions are up. Let's see what he did. He must have done like a quick out route. Yeah. That's all it was. What? That's so bad. There's a rookie right there, Green.
I think Brock Purdy's better than Jimmy G.
Snap, hold, kick
Oh!
is good.
It looks weird.
So, Crafty, what do you mean? Is he getting the Jimmy G treatment after the season is over? In terms of like, he's not like, is he going to get overpaid?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, because I agree with Kyle. Like, I think Purdy is much better than Jimmy G. Don't get me wrong, Jimmy G for a few seasons there, like that guy won. That guy just won. You know what I mean? But I still think Purdy's much better. Just saying, lucky. I want 5 guys.
I can give you 2.
Oh God, John Lynch just got so angry. Campbell doesn't do offsides. He really doesn't. He really does not.
I love it. I love
mouth.
John Elway. The 49ers really are just like the Broncos. John
How so?
Lynch is the GM. Mike Shanahan's son is the head coach. Ed McCaffrey's son is the running back. Like,
No?
it's just like if the 49ers all got together with like John Elway and Mike Shanahan, it would just be a family reunion.
That's true. That's true.
We should have had John Lynch. We should have hired all of these guys. That would have been such a cooler story.
But wasn't because who was your GM when John Lynch got hired?
John Elway.
So it was okay. So Elway didn't want to give up the reins there. I get it.
He did give it up eventually.
Eventually, yeah. But that's after he got it wrong a few times, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it was kind of weird because like there's a couple years where there wasn't a lot of certainty about our ownership and so I just bought some stuff off Marketplace, or Mary got it for me. It was like a Broncos cards and stuff, and like Broncos seat cushions from Super Bowl in 1998.
Oh, nice.
And the guy was like talking to me, and he said that he went to a funeral for, I guess, the offensive coordinator for the Titans. He was also the offensive coordinator for the Broncos. He told me his name. I forgot his name, but I could find it easily. But anyway, he passed away, so he went to his funeral, and he said, like, John Elway was there, and he met him, and Joe Ellis was there, and Joe Ellis was our president. So, like, when Pat Bowling got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was kind of weird because it took, like, a decade for us to get to the point where he could no longer run the team and the team being sold to Walmart.
Yeah.
So you had people like filling the position, but it was like these kind of temporary situations where same with John Elway, where it's like, yeah, I'll do it, until we can pass the baton to a more stable ownership group.
Gotcha. 5 guys where you can split an order of fries.
And we won a Super Bowl in the middle of that whole process.
I mean, and that's true. So it's the only shitty thing is like, because when you think about it, it's like, oh, well, that's the last time that you guys have been to the playoffs, and it sucks.
Yeah, and Peyton Manning says that John Elway was the reason he chose Denver.
There you go.
So
you want to go with one of the best to do it of all time. Ginger says John Elway looks like one of those old 90s cartoon t-shirts that were like spray painted in and their heads and teeth are 36 times too big.
What are you talking about?
John Elway's got large face features, I will say. Like his face is like big for no reason. See, even on that doll, it's huge. One of these days
Why is
we'll
his
do
head so big?
Because that's they sized it to actual size.
Why does Denver only have great quarterbacks with giant heads or foreheads?
I will say Bo Nix's picture, whenever they show it like as a graphic online or whatever, it's just him like this. I'm like, dude, settle down. You look like a woman who just got engaged. Like, chill out.
I saw him come out, like he was like 5 feet away from me. He
Really?
Out, yeah, he came out of the tunnel, and like I was standing by the fence, and I was gonna talk to him and just be like, good game, and but he was like, obviously somebody must have texted him and said like, hey, I'm gonna meet you out here, because he like went, and then I guess he talked to his family, but they were right next to me, and it was the first thing I thought was he didn't look like huge.
Yeah.
He just looks like, normal guy. But it was kind of cool. I always like just being like when the players come out of the locker room.
Yeah.
I just like
how tall is he?
I like seeing like the side of them that you'll never see. Like how they
the
walk,
regular looking at his phone, drinking a Gatorade, shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna send you a video later. It's literally like a minute-long video of Sean
of him in the shower.
Sean just sitting on the bus drinking his Gatorade and eating a granola bar. I told Mary.
And you hear this in the background.
Definitely not. But I wanted to. Damn it! I forgot. I wanted to after the game be like Sean Payton after the game, thinking about his decision not to go for 2.
Eating a granola bar, just staring out the window, just God damn it.
Dude, but you know what's really crazy is like he 100% saw me. Like we made eye contact. And it's just cool to think like.
And then he started.
No, but it's cool because like, dude, you got to realize like we're in Cincinnati, Ohio. And as a Broncos fan like that just lost. He 100% saw me standing outside the gate cheering on the Broncos. Every Bronco that walked, Jaleel McLaughlin, everybody. I was like, good game. We'll get him next week. McGlinchey, you held your side all night. Like I had something for everybody.
Yeah.
And I just wanted them to know like your fans, like they support you even when you lose.
Mm-hmm.
And and I just wanted to boost the morale because they looked sad as fuck coming out.
I bet.
And I thought it was cool because I know for a fact, like Sean saw me, and I think he was probably thinking like, that we have good fans.
No good. Oh, Jake Moody, 2 in a row. I was gonna say, how do you know where the Broncos buses are gonna be? Is that something that you figure out before the game, or is that something you kind of like figure out right after?
Well, like for Broncos home games, I know where it is because it's at the same spot. But for the road game, I kind of lucked into it this time because we were like, when we parked, we just kind of like took off running to the stadium. I didn't really pay attention to where we parked. And I came out of the stadium and I was like, this isn't where we came in. So we just kind of were like walking around the stadium and I saw the buses and I saw like the kind of guardrails that were lined up.
Right.
And I, saw the buses and the police that were there ready to escort them back to the airport.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, let's go. So I just ran down there and there was only like 20 people. And,
Damn.
there by the end of it, there was like 5 guys. I was the only one left when the Broncos, actually, the police escort, they turned their lights on. They drove the buses out and they were like, bus is going. Everybody was gone and it was just me. And I was just waving like my Broncos stuff and I was just clapping.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know they're looking out the window and they're like, there's a Broncos fan that's cheering for us, supporting us. Like, we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. Like, I just wanted them to feel that, that
Something
support.
That they were good, that Broncos Nation still supports them. I get it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
And
it says all good stalkers know where the buses are, Rick. Kyle, you're crazy. The police
so
were there
funny.
for Kyle.
Dude, the funniest part was like, I heard the woman that was like the sheriff that was like watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
She told somebody else. She wasn't talking to me. She was talking to somebody else right in front of me. And she said, yeah, it's because they're going back to the hotel. They're not going to the airport. And
Wow.
I was like, oh, they're going to. And then anyway, so then later, this guy's like, he says something, and I'm like, yeah, they're going back to the hotel. And this guy's like, he's just like some regular security guy making like probably like $20, right? And he's like, they're going to the airport. I do this for a living. I know. And I'm like, all right, dude. I'm just telling you what that sheriff told me that's in charge of the police escort.
Yeah.
And then right when I say that, she said it again to the other person. No, they're going back to the hotel. And then the guy goes, I told him, I was like, dude, look, she's saying it again. They're going back to the hotel. They're not going to the airport. And he goes, you fans will believe anything.
Oh my God.
It was so cringe. And I said, obviously not, because I don't believe you.
You're like, clearly we don't, dude. You're a liar. Just say you're a liar.
And then he goes, dude, I make good money. I make good money doing this. He was like, I'm about to go work for the Steelers. They got an opening. And I was just like still being nice to the guy, but I was like, God, this guy's just like giving the worst vibes.
Insufferable, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he was trying to prove you wrong.
Not even like cop douchey, like just like loser douchey. Yeah. I can't explain it. But anyway, then he goes, I'm going to work for the Steelers, and I'm still trying to be friendly. And I'm like, isn't that like a bad thing, for the Bengals? Because that's a rival. And he's like, oh, I don't care about any of this. I'm in it for the money. And I'm like, all right, dude, you're just not somebody I even want to small talk.
That's like somebody who starts a job at McDonald's. I'm in it for the money, dude. Right? I'm in it for the cold, hard cash. Talking about like dropping fries?
Where you're like, oh, I should have left 5 minutes ago.
Oh, shit. Now I'm in that. Now I'm in this conversation, and I got to finish it. God damn it. That's good. I like it.
And then we went back to our Airbnb that was like 10 minutes away. It was in the city. And
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, did you guys stay there the night?
yeah, we were like, all right, let's go back to the hotel or the Airbnb. We'll get checked in and then we'll go out. And we ended up just renting a movie and not leaving the Airbnb.
Isn't that the best though? When you like, this is something that I think I've kind of felt like my whole life. Like, you go out and then you're like, yeah, we're gonna go back to the room, get ready, and then fucking leave. And then you get to the room and you're like, I'm fucking cozy as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna stay in. Like, that is one of the best decisions I think you make. Don't get
In
me
the
wrong, going
bed.
out's fun, but you're just like, ah.
Oh, dude, the bed was so comfy. It was like, oh, tonight you're gonna get it. And then it's
And
like
then
5 minutes later.
That is the best. That's tell my
Guess
wife
we
that
fell
all the time.
asleep.
Tell my wife that all the time. I was like, you were gonna get it, but I was tired as fuck.
Oh.
Dan Gamble is back. 11 minutes in the fourth, up 3.
Wow, 379 to 377 total yards.
Whew. This has been as equal as they can make it. Oh, look at that Lions fan in the middle of like 5 49ers fans.
The Lions just want the 49ers to not say I own you after this game.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a drop.
Try to pick it up with one hand.
Yeah, that was not a great pass by Jared Goff.
Is that Skipper?
Yes, 70. Yep. Oh yeah, you had a couple people blocking up there. Isn't it crazy that like you look at something like that and you're just like, dude, I could have fucking done that. But you think about it and you're like, that is a professional quarterback. And he couldn't make that pass because of reasons. What the fuck was that?
Well,
I think
he fell.
Yeah. All right. Well, they're going for 3 here. Let's see. Oh, he slipped. And he's like, no.
It's like he couldn't stop himself.
He's like,
He
I
had
want
so
to
much
catch it.
It's like when something's falling on you and you can't. You see it happening, but you're like paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like,
Here we
I
go.
saw
42
that.
yard. 42 yard attempt. And it's good. The Lions go up by 6, 34 to 28. See, 34. Look at Jake Bates. What is he doing, dude?
I don't know, but the cameras were like, this is the shot right here.
This
Dude.
is what's going to get the likes.
I'm winning by 2 right now.
No way.
Sam Laporta has 17 points. Jahmyr Gibbs has 16.
Woo. Dude, I'm losing by 36, bro. So close.
I'm up 2.
No, I know. I'm losing by 36, though.
Oh, okay.
Just say okay. Jesus.
Who do you got?
No one.
Nobody.
Nobody. Is Sam Darnold the new Jared Goff? No. Sam Darnold is another quarterback that has followed the same
Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah, the same I don't want to say trajectory, but like same path as Ryan Tannehill. And I don't know if you saw this earlier, and maybe a lot of you guys in the chat have also seen this, but did you see the picture of, 2 years, a lot can happen in 2 years, and it's Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield as Carolina Panthers quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I was just
Crazy.
about to say, like, you know how, like, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Derrick Henry have, like, made the case to pay your running backs?
Yeah.
I think there's your quarterbacks coming out of college, like this is the first year in a while that there will potentially be 2 rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs, Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. But so there's like these different paths, but like you got your veterans that you can pay, like Peyton Manning coming to Denver, Tom Brady going to New England or Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
You got your rookie quarterbacks that you just draft: Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Nix, Daniels, hopefully Caleb Williams for you, Jordan Love. But there's now this third category of quarterbacks that didn't work out that just need to go to the right system and the right fit.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's where you got your Ryan Tannehill, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. And
Goff.
that really opens the door for guys like Drew Lock and let's say the Panthers were to move off Bryce Young. Like there's this because of the new success, we're learning that sometimes quarterbacks just don't work out because they're in the wrong environment, which is something that we already knew. Yeah. But I feel like the success that the quarterbacks have been having lately, like specifically the quarterbacks that we've given up on, I think that is I think it's going to make owners and GMs maybe a little more optimistic about guys that would have been forgotten about a couple years ago.
That's exactly right. And I was thinking, well, as you were saying that, I was like, the formula before was if a Sam Darnold, if a Baker Mayfield, the teams that drafted them got rid of them, like you said, they would have been forgotten about. They would have been like, yeah, cool. They would have been, in a sense, Mitch Trubisky'd. You're a backup. You're only coming in for our number one quarterback whenever we're pretty much in the playoffs, right? In that sense. Or just let free agency take you. You're going to be a backup somewhere. You've been in the league, whatever. But now, like you said, like you're going to take those shots on those guys. And the one I could really think of right now that's coming to mind is like a Justin Fields, as Brock Purdy gets sacked for a loss of 5 yards. Justin Fields, I think, is a very, very good candidate for that, whether he stays with the Steelers or if he goes to another team that has the idea of making him into the next Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, right? Like, I think I can tap into this guy's talent, but he needs the right environment, and I think I can provide that. Whatever head coach, whatever coordinator does that. But yeah, I totally agree. There is this next tier of like successful quarterback that needs to be in the league for 4 or 5 seasons and then gets into the right environment. And next thing you know, he's a playoff Super Bowl caliber type of quarterback just because he needed that new environment and just the time in the league to kind of get up to speed with a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be applicable for guys like Spencer Rattler or Desmond Riddler. Mm-hmm. It's applicable for guys that were drafted high. Like, what did Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold have in common? Number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick. Like, these guys that are drafted in the top 5, they obviously had, all the intangibles to be able to be selected that high.
Yeah.
So it's like those guys, if you're drafted in the top 5 and it doesn't work out, like watch out for Zach Wilson to have his moment.
That's another one that they were mentioning too. So yeah, 100%. If you guys hadn't
a year under Sean,
do you think if you guys hadn't taken Bo Nix, like, do you think this would have been a Zach Wilson type of season?
If Bo Nix wouldn't have been on the board, it would have been Zach Wilson.
Yeah. And
I think he would have had his best season.
I think so too. And I'm not saying he would have had a season where he's 35 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 4,600 yards or anything, but I don't know, 30. What's Bo got right now? 35, 3,700 yards?
Yeah,
20 touchdowns. Something, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he would have had something that Bo Nix is having, where it's like, yeah, this is actually fucking respectable as shit, and he's clearly on the up and up. Purdy throwing deep, wide open, Kittle to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I don't I mean, when you watch Bo Nix, I don't feel like any of the quarterbacks on our roster could have done better than him this year. Dude, and they put up on the board there in the second quarter. I posted it on Twitter as a joke, but it was like fastest ball carriers in the game.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You're like, he's faster than Jamar Chase.
That part was a joke, but like it is also like why is that a thing when Jamar Chase was running, 30 yards downfield? He's fast as fuck.
Boy.
When you watch Bo play live, he looks a lot faster than he does on TV.
Oh, I bet, dude. I bet like seeing Tyreek Hill live is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
I've seen him live.
Nick and Bill making really good points here. You guys mentioned Mac Jones. Oh, and Bill, what you were saying about Tua with Flores, like, yeah, look what happened to Tua under the right coaching, under the right system. Like, again, we talk about last year how he led the league in like offensive yards or passing yards, whatever. This year, obviously, he got hurt. He's had concussions before, but it's definitely a flip of the coin to what he was under Flores in that offense. So, yeah, you make a really good point there. Oh, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on Branch.
We were going back and forth.
Oof. Nice. Jawan Jennings selling that. Dan Campbell's nose is so red. How red is it, Rick? It's so red that he led Santa through the biggest snowstorm in history. Brock Purdy over the middle, intercepted again.
Wow.
Kirby Joseph, second interception of the night. Wow.
Wow.
And Aaron Glenn going to Branch right now. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Why?
He was the one with the unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah.
That says something about the team, doesn't it? They get an interception, and instead of celebrating, the coach wants to talk to. I mean, I kind of like that.
You're not wrong. It's like, hey, stay focused. The game isn't over yet, you know?
Yeah, it would have been really easy to just like brush it under the rug because it didn't end up hurting the team. But that's not the point. The point is it could have hurt the team.
Yeah, that interception doesn't happen. Who knows? Peyton Manning's big forehead. There it is. He jumped that route like it was written for him. Yeah, that was a really good job by by Kirby Joseph there.
It's so funny. Like Peyton Manning could run for governor and win, but he's also just too cool to do politics.
He's like, I can't do this seriously.
He's like, I could win, but I'm above that.
I'm better than you.
I don't want to have to pick a side, so I'm not doing that.
So I'm just going to do commercials and go on Saturday Night Live.
He really wants everyone to like. He's one of the only people that I feel like is well liked, just no matter who, where, demographic, social status, financial bracket. Like everybody loves Peyton Manning.
What about Kelsey? What's his name?
Jason Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey. He's kind of getting there. Don't you think? Like he's doing commercials. He's going to like on Pat McAfee, going on ESPN, doing that stuff. I feel like he's getting to that point.
Yeah, he's another one of those like people's champion.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different vibe though.
Think
like
so?
Jason Kelsey, you would like invite him to your wedding and he would end up being like shirtless, shotgunning beers. I feel like Peyton Manning is like a little more classy, likable.
He would definitely be like, holy shit, Peyton Manning, and then at the end of the night you'd be like, no, dude, me and Peyton Manning had some like random conversation for like 7 minutes, and he was like really cool.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Jason Kelsey's like the cool uncle. Peyton Manning's like the cool dad.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Jared Goff going to hand it off here. 7.5
Damn it.
minutes and counting left in this fourth quarter. Kirby Joseph with his second interception of the night. You see him there on the sidelines, but Lions just trying to run the clock down. They're still up 6. They get a touchdown. You're up 2 score at that point.
I need them to stop Jahmyr Gibbs.
Give it to Laporta.
Please.
Please, God, please. Bill, why do you think Jason is getting overused? Like in terms of just like showing face and stuff, or what? 2nd and 2. Hands it off again. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets a first down all the way to the 50.
Every 10 yards, they get 1 point.
Yes. 10 yards is 1. Ugh. Kyle clearly wants Jahmyr Gibbs out of here.
Come on, Laporta.
He's in every show / commercial everywhere. Yeah, you're right, Bill. You're right. But I mean, I feel like Peyton did that too, you know, kind of getting towards the end of his football career. Got to cash in when you can too. And that looks like Reynolds for about 4 yards.
Can we play some rushing defense?
No, dude, that's silly. How dare you?
It's like we know they're running it.
Jason Kelsey is a marketable podcast host and personality, so they put him in a lot of ads. Jason, yep, he is retired. I think he's doing like a show on ESPN too for the last few weeks of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I heard that. I read that somewhere. 2nd and 6 Lions. Jared Goff snap, fakes the handoff, looking, throwing, caught. Reynolds or Williams for first down. There you go.
Damn it.
It's not Jahmyr Gibbs.
It's not Jahmyr Gibbs, but it's also not Laporta.
God damn it.
Let me see. Oh my gosh. I'm up by less than 1 point.
What's the score?
127.8 to 128.2.
Oh, fuck.
I'm up by a 4-yard rush.
Here we go. Well, looks like it's not Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Snap. Hands it off. Reynolds gets about 5 yards. That would have killed it for you. And there's future Bears head coach Ben Johnson.
Matthew Stafford.
No, Ben Johnson. There he is. Future Bears head coach. Going to be in that orange and blue next year. After he wins the Super Bowl. He's known as Travis Kelce's brother.
I love that he's not in the game. Mark must be freaking out.
Jared Goff snap. Looking.
Yes!
Laporta. That's a catch and 3 yards. 4 yards to go along with it. So that's 1.4 points to you, Kyle.
4?
1.4.
Oh, okay.
Russell Wilson isn't on the field tonight, Rick. No, Nick. No. Russell Wilson is going to go back to Seattle this offseason and play his final year with the Seahawks. Calling it now, baby. They're getting rid of Geno. They're bringing back Russ to let him cook.
No way.
3rd and 2. Goff snap. Hands it off. Oh, there's Gibbs. Oh, Kyle, I'm sorry. That's a touchdown. The Lions go up 12. We'll see if they go for 2 or if they're going to go for 1.
Why? What would 2 do? Oh, make it a 14.
Yeah, make it a making it an even spicier 2-point game. There you go, Gile.
Now I'm happy that nobody wins anything.
I was going to say, could you imagine if it was worth something, you'd be like, fuck!
Yeah.
And the kick is no good. Bates. That's his second missed extra point. Well, the first one was blocked.
And he's normally a master at those kicks.
Mm-hmm. That's his bread and butter right there, baby.
That is his bread and butter. Like, those extra points, he's the master at extra points. Some people actually call him Master Bates.
Master Bates. Master Bates.
Say, Master Bates.
Every time he gets an extra point, they go like this.
That's our Master Bates.
Oh God! As guys, we're so childish. Nick saying Russ Wilson after he goes to the Seahawks, then he's going to Chicago after the Bears sign and fire Urban Meyer. Somehow, hiring Urban Meyer wouldn't surprise me, as George McCaskey's and Kevin Warner like, no, I think he had a rough go at Jacksonville. I think we should let him come here to Chicago. No, Bill. Unfortunately, he needs Laporta.
I think the ball's out. Oh my gosh!
Oh, run, idiot! Run! He might be down by contact though if he does scoop it up.
But they blew the whistle.
Oh no!
That's the rule. That's why you're not supposed to blow the whistle.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Ball is out. Okay. Lions do not notice. Number 48 does. He picks it up, but he's already down by contact. Yeah.
Did anyone touch him?
Well, he's touching the legs of other Lions players. The same thing happened in the Thursday night football game, Bears and Seahawks. So let's see what the refs say here. Yeah. So the same thing happened. He recovered it, but because as he recovered it, he was touching other Detroit Lions players, whether or not it was their hands or whatever. He's down by contact, technically.
Dang, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Same thing happened to Kyler Gordon on the Bears. Had a fumble, returned it, but he was down by contact after he recovered.
So. But what if he didn't have possession of the ball until he stood up?
I feel like that would have to be clear. You know what I mean? Purdy over the middle. George Kittle caught 8 yards. Yeah, Nick. Nick was there. I remember that negated a touchdown in the 6-3 meme game. God, what a game that was.
So the 49ers looking for some kind of miracle here, but what do you think going into next week? What's your gut, Tony, about the Vikings-Lions?
I don't know, man. That one is such a good matchup. And it determines not only number one, but the NFC North. I don't know. I want to say Lions right now. Because what they've done to overcome all the injuries, and even this game in particular, right? Like they kept going down. Like the 49ers kept scoring. They were going 1-for-1, but the 49ers were the one that was scoring ahead of them. So their defense kind of stepping up, getting these interceptions by Kirby Joseph. My gut's telling me go with the Lions right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. Both 14-2. Well, Lions come out with the win. They're going to be 14-2. And I think they beat the Vikings.
Yeah, they beat the Vikings earlier in the year.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because whoever wins will have the better record.
Yeah, exactly. Damn. Just getting punished.
Yeah, the Lions could have even rested their starters for this game
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
because they had nothing. They have nothing to gain.
Yeah. Because even if
Like
they lose, they're still 13. They win next week against the Lions. They have the same record, but they have they'll have the better
exactly.
record against them. So yeah.
So yeah, they could have just rested everyone for a week. That would have been, I think, maybe even the right choice with all the injuries.
Yeah, I think so too. Nick saying, what do you think of Sam Darnold going back to the 49ers if they move on from Brock Purdy? I would have a hard time seeing the 49ers at this point move on from Brock Purdy, because they're both going to be looking for paydays. They're both going to make a lot of money next season. Both of these guys.
Who do you move off him for?
Purdy?
Yeah, I mean, what's the options?
Well, that's what Nick's saying. Like, would you move off of Purdy for Sam Darnold after this season?
No.
I don't think so either. This is Purdy's first subpar season in his 3 years as a starter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, you can't
Good
just
question,
move
though.
off of people. I feel like it's just 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
The timing's not great because I feel like Brock Purdy needs to have one more like really good season to justify getting paid
Mm-hmm.
a lot, like $50 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like where he's at right now, I feel like they should be willing to negotiate like 40, 42, 43 million a year.
Do you think he'll do that? And if so, do you think him or Darnold will be cheaper? Because they're both going to get long-term deals. We got to remember, Sam Darnold's 28. You see a lot of these quarterbacks going into year 35, 36, still slinging the ball.
Well, I don't know if other organizations have confidence that Brock Purdy would flourish outside of Kyle Shanahan's system.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, too, that you got to deal with is like...
So he might have the 49ers might have the leverage as far as negotiating because, what's his market value outside of the franchise?
Yeah. Pretty quick throw right side. They get to the 35-yard line. At this point, Nick, I don't know if Sam Darnold would be cheaper. I think Sam Darnold's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, I think they'll be in the same bracket.
Lunch. Branch with the sack. I would tend to agree with that. I think they're going to be... I mean, if you're talking about who's going to be cheaper, you're talking about one guy being cheaper by $1 million a year, maybe, or $1 million in total.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's only 2 quarterbacks that are really good coming in to the NFL.
Yeah, Cam Ward and Shador Sanders. Are you talking about draft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
there's
are
really
the only
only
ones
2
that are
teams
notable.
that need a quarterback.
Carson Beck from Georgia. He's not this talent that you can't pass up on. I mean, at this point he looks more like a second rounder, to be honest. But Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders are the ones that are projected to go in the first round. Right now, at least.
Joshua Dobbs just came in.
Ooh, wow. Dobbs back to pass. Over the right side. Caught. And Juwan Jennings making the effort.
Why'd they take Purdy out?
Minute 28. You're down 12. Maybe something happened to Purdy? Because he is thrown on the sidelines there. Maybe they saw something wrong with him. Yeah, he said no. Oh, no. This is reminiscent of the Eagles NFC Championship game where he tried to throw the ball and his shoulder was fucked.
Did he get sacked?
I think it was the sack, but I don't know. Oh, it was a Deion Branch one. Yeah, let's see what happens. He gets hit. And
Oh, I think when his elbow hit the ground, it like maybe pushed his shoulder up.
yeah. What are they checking here at Juwan Jennings? The spot?
So they're saying he was down inbounds before he got out.
Oh, that's why. Got it. Purdy does not look happy right now. Let's see. That's the hit. And he may have come down on his. Oh, he's grabbing at his eye, like you said, Bill. He got face masked by Branch.
I don't think he hurt his eye. I think he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah, but as he was going down, you kind of saw him go for his eye. Maybe he got poked in the eye or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe the shoulder, he came down hard on it, a little too hard on it.
He does look like he's favoring.
I don't know, left shoulder?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. 3rd and 2.
Got to take a shot to the end zone.
Let's see what Dobbs does. Nick saying, I think Raiders, Titans, Giants, Seattle, Cleveland are in QB market right now. Definitely Cleveland. Giants, yes. Titans, yes. Raiders, yes. Seattle, yeah. I got to agree with all those. Geno Smith is not the answer.
I think Dobbs wore number 15 last year.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Dobbs over the middle, caught.
Wow, Dobbs is looking really good.
Yeah. And I think that's a timeout.
I feel like Kyle
49ers.
Shanahan always wants to act busy.
I was going to say, he always looks like he's doing something, right? Every player should have a visor. I refuse to budge on this ever since Bellinger got his orbital socket got busted. Bellinger. Bill, you're going to have to remind me about Bellinger.
The one thing, though,
I agree,
as
though.
a person that played football with a visor, is that there is a lot of negatives that come with a visor.
Glare, fog.
If it gets dirty, you can't see as clear. If it rains, you have to take it off.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense, yeah. I forgot Dobbs had a job. Is that weird? Is that mean? I forgot he had a job.
Well, no, I think when you're a backup, it's easy to forget.
Yeah. Or
But
tight
there
end
is,
during the
there's also a lot of pros. Like you look cooler.
You look sick.
It protects your eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I always had a visor.
Crafty said the pastronaut has landed. Dobbs going for it himself. Dive. Touchdown.
Wow. and now it's going to come down. This is interesting because if they go for 2, they would have 36.
They'd still need a touchdown, yeah. Oof. You got to hit the pylon there, Dobbs. You got to do it with the ball. So that way you know for sure it's in. The alopecia assassin. Oh, shit. Remember Kyle. Oh! Again! Moody!
Wow.
Dude, Moody is living up to his name. It's like, he's good some days, he's bad others. He's a Moody dude.
Now you need him to save the game with an onside. He's so bad at kicking. Maybe he'll be good at it.
I was gonna say maybe he will. Dude, we need you to hit it there. George Kittle comes up to Shanahan. Coach, we don't need him to hit it there. I know. He's terrible. He's gonna hit it here. Be there to get the ball.
That's some longest yard shit.
Yeah. What was the guy's name? The quarterback, the backup quarterback?
Rudy
Rudy or some shit like
Rudy.
that? All right, we need you to come in.
I knew I shouldn't eat that popcorn.
He's like, he fumbles it. He's like, damn it. I knew I shouldn't eat that popcorn.
I knew I shouldn't eat that popcorn.
He is getting cut. I think Moody is done after this year. Yeah. That
Here it is.
sucks.
Comes down to this. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, dog shit kick. Dog shit kick.
That was so anticlimactic.
Crafty said, does Moody even want to be in the NFL anymore? No.
This is it. The game comes down to this, and he just boots it out of the box.
He kicks it off. Could you imagine he actually kicks it off, though? What are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing?
I thought we were doing a squib. Oh my
We
God.
said onside kick. How did you get fucking squib from that? Sorry, coach. My bad.
I knew I shouldn't eat that popcorn.
So that is going to be the game. The Lions are going to win it 40-34. I'll update the ticker
First
here.
game since 1937 with 10 touchdowns and 0 punts. We just witnessed history.
I just noticed that. Yep. Breaking. Moody
I just
traded
thought
to
of that.
McDonald's.
Well, since you have to declare an onside kick now, is it a penalty if you go to do an onside but you actually kick it off? Because if that's the case, then the Lions should have maybe got a penalty, or the Niners should have got a penalty on that.
Oh, man, that's actually a good question, because the way that the lines were set up, Moody could kind of pull like a Pat McAfee, kick it down the middle of the field where there's an opening, run, and go recover it himself. It was like, is there a rule in place where you have to kick it towards the hands team on the opposite team? Good question. I wish I had the answer.
Well, it's something to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Lions get the win. I think we all expected it. A good game, though. I mean, very entertaining. A great game from, I think, both quarterbacks. Anytime that you go an entire game without a punt, you can look at it one or two ways. 2 really good offenses or 2 really bad defenses. But overall, the Niners, I think they just wanted to win this one because of the history that the two teams have. But for the Lions, like, it's on in Cincinnati.
It's on Cincinnati.
It's on Cincinnati. Have you seen that Bill Belichick? interview
No.
where they lose and he just keeps going, "It's on in Cincinnati," and he's like, "Hey, but what? How did you feel? It's on in Cincinnati. Hey, your defense on in Cincinnati." And
Where's
then
that
the
beast
Broncos
mode?
got a win one game, and Von Miller went to the podium, and we were playing the Bengals next week, and he was like, "It was a good fought win. Defense played good. Good team win. It's on to Cincinnati." And he like channeled Bill Belichick. He did the whole interview without laughing,
Yeah.
and he didn't answer a single question. He just kept saying it's on to Cincinnati. I'm gonna send it to you after this.
That's fucking great. I love that. I love that. Well, yeah, I didn't expect such a good game. I expected the Lions to kind of maybe keep it close first half and then kind of break it wide open second half, and really they're going shot for shot. They're going tutty for tutty, and Lions came up clutch. Defense, 2 interceptions. What do you think about the talk is Ben Johnson getting a job. What do you think about Aaron Glenn, their defensive coordinator, getting a job?
No,
No?
I don't think the defense is playing well enough.
He's been in some conversations. There's a lot of teams that still need coaches. I think he might get a look, but yeah, I agree. I don't know if he gets a job, but they're saying that he is very much a leader of men type of guy for sure. But yep, see, there it is. Lions revenge game. Never forget, December 30th, 2024. Revenge against the 49ers for getting them out of the Super Bowl game last year. We said that, right? They didn't forget, and here they go, winning that game.
Yeah, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, but overall, a good win, and all we got now, 1 week of football for teams to win and get in. Some teams need some help. Some teams control their own destiny. Lions, the Vikings, the Broncos, these are like the teams that come to mind that control their own destiny. Then you have teams like the Bengals and the Dolphins that need some help.
Yeah.
So there's only 1 week to do it. It all comes down to this. So we'll be with you, throughout the week. And sorry, the news just came on after that, and motorcyclist killed.
Jesus Christ!
I know. I wasn't ready.
I'll wrap this up for you, Kyle. Right here. Ready? It's on to Cincinnati.
It's on to Cincinnati, and I did put the link to that video in the chat for you guys.
Nice. It is there in the chat for you guys to check out. Von Miller channeling his inner Bill Belichick and beast mode. It's on to Cincinnati. Well, thank you guys so much for being here during this stream of Monday Night Football. There is 1 week of regular season football left. I am planning, and Kyle, feel free if you want to do it. If you can, cool. I'm planning on streaming the entire Sunday slate. What is that? Like a 16-hour stream of game 1 to Sunday Night Football. So we would really appreciate you guys being there. We would really appreciate some super chats, some memberships, things like that to keep this channel going hard. But that is what my plan is, and I'm gonna make sure to mention that as we do our predictions, get the top 5 this week. So again, that is the plan. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fucking bunker down with some coffee. Some Topo Chicos.
I'll be with you for the whole thing.
Kyle's gonna be there the whole thing. No shower, just straight up raw dogging NFL football, right, Kyle?
No, I'm going to shower.
No shower, he said. He said I am foregoing the shower for 3 days.
I don't see how that is necessary.
Kyle saying it's necessary. See, I'm not putting the words in his mouth.
Adds no
He's
value.
the one. All the value he's saying. He's the one saying these words. I'm not saying anything. Bill, great idea. I am going to be posting it on the community tab, and I will be doing that. But yes, that's what we're going to be doing next week, Sunday, for NFL Week 18. Broncos are going to win and get in. And yeah, we'll see how the other dominoes are going to fall. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. Kyle, you got anything before we skedaddle up out of here?
I'm going to shower.
Kyle's not going to shower. He texted me earlier. He said
I was just
he
thinking,
said he hasn't showered since the Broncos game.
if we lose to the Chiefs, the Sunday night stream might be hard, but I'll
He's going to have like a sponge in a bucket just bathing himself on stream.
That's it. I'm going in.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Bill, KC, Crafty, Nick. We had Ginger in here. We had E-Dub. We had, I believe Lil E was in here as well. Who else? Daniel Barry. Thank you guys so much for being in the stream. We always appreciate all the comments and just all the viewership. And hit that like button if you haven't already. And Kyle, always a good time, brother.
Always a good time.